Business coach Nikola Ahaiwe inspires working entrepreneurs before firing their bosses.
Hey, I am excited to have Nikola Ahaiwe as my special guest today. We're going to talk about firing your boss. You are an amazing motivational speaker, entrepreneur, author.
Yes.
Great body of work behind you. Thanks for being my guest today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Now, I want to talk to you about firing your boss. You wrote this amazing book called Unleash Your Inner Mogul, which is available on Amazon. Get the plug there. Tell me about yourself and your business.
Sure. So I am, like you said, a motivational speaker. I'm also an author, but my primary business is as a marketing consultant. I work with solopreneurs, small business owners. I help them to prepare a marketing strategy and a profit plan before they fire their boss.
Okay.
So to help them transition, to make an easy transition from working in corporate to working full time for themselves.
To avoid depression and anxiety.
Yes. You need a plan.
Okay. Okay, and tell me about your book, Unleash Your Inner Mogul. What prompted you to write that book as a marketing consultant?
Right, so I actually wrote this book as I was preparing to unleash my inner mogul. I was working in corporate, unhappy, miserable, and I just knew that there was more out there for me, more that I wanted to do. And so I was actually laid off from my corporate job, and instead of finding another job, I just decided that maybe this was my opportunity to go full force with my business. And that's exactly what I did. And so I felt like I had a lot of tips that I could share because I knew a lot of people were in the same position, feeling like there was so much more for them out there. And I felt that I could help them out by sharing how I did it.
Fantastic. Look at you. Now, like I say, every entrepreneur has dreams of working for themselves and being their own boss. In your opinion, why is entrepreneurship so important?
I'd say for a couple of reasons. Number one, because like I said, there are a lot of people that are out there that feel like they want to be entrepreneurs, but they're pretty unsure and they let fear hold them back. And so they stay in a position where they're unhappy pretty much for the rest of their lives because they're too afraid to go after what they want.
You're unhappy with the job,
yes.
And you're too scared
You're
to take
too
on the
afraid to take
entrepreneurship.
the leap. And so it just keeps you in this place where you're stagnant. And who wants to live like that for the rest of their lives?
Find your happiness.
Yes. And the second reason is just because of the state of the economy right now. We know that everything is crazy. It's always a great idea to have a backup plan.
Yes.
So,
I mean, and if entrepreneurship is your first choice, then you're encouraging people all over the world to take that leap.
Take the leap of faith. You never know. They say it's best to not just leave this world with your gift stuck inside of you. So if you never pursue it, you never know what could happen.
Well, no, nothing beats a failure but a try.
Right.
Most businesses require startup capital for expenses in different areas. So what are some tips an entrepreneur should take before quickly leaving too hastily?
So even though my message is to transition from part-time to full-time entrepreneur, I always tell people, don't take the leap without planning first. Use your job to fund your business and to fund your passion first. Some people think that, you know what, I don't like my job, I'm just going to walk in the door.
Right.
Use that right now to fund your business.
But if you don't do that, then you end up basically hindering the success of your business because now you have to find other ways to fund it, which slows you down.
Right. So if you use the income that you're bringing in from your job, you don't feel so much pressure when you take the leap. And the worst thing that you can do is get out there and you have no clients, no anything, and you're gonna run. You're gonna jump ship at the first sign of, oh my God, where's this next paycheck gonna come from?
And then you're gonna end up back applying for another job.
Applying for another job. And I'm gonna be honest, I have been there before, learned that the hard way.
Wow.
So definitely make sure that you have you're using your job, and also start bringing in those clients before you quit.
Wow. So in your business, you're literally sitting down with your clients to help them take their business from really start to finish. You're like a coach, you're like the best friend who helps that person make money. I'm helping you put together a plan so you can profit from your business.
Exactly.
And I feel like because there's so many entrepreneurs all over the world, and I think this is great advice. Right, Jason V in Atlanta, Georgia says, Dear Shandrina, I'm a 25-year-old man and recent college grad with a new accounting degree. After 6 years of pursuing my degree, I'm strongly considering a new business startup because finding an entry-level accounting position has been a challenge in a major city. My family thinks the idea is absurd, and they have been very unsupportive since I made the announcement. And I value their opinion, but more importantly, I don't have anyone around who has actually started a business successfully. Is launching a business so close to graduation a great idea or not?
always a great idea to actually have a backup plan. I think, you know, he's in a great position. He's very young. He has a lot of time to figure out exactly what it is that he wants to do. So I would definitely say go for it, but just definitely make sure you have a solid plan, a solid profit plan, a solid marketing strategy.